Hey there guys, I'm John Campea. Welcome to my movie vlog. And you know, with the rise of story quality in modern video games these days, there's been a relatively new entertainment online, which is cutscene movies on YouTube. That's where people take all the cutscenes, the story parts of video games, edit them together into movies, if you will, and some of them are actually pretty damn good. I like to review some every once in a while to get you to check them out, but also hopefully entice you to go out and buy the game and give it a try for yourself. I'm actually a big fan of South Park. Admittedly, they are a little hit and miss sometimes, but their first game, Stick of Truth, was absolutely hilarious. It was a hell of a lot of fun too, but it was just so funny. Some of the best stuff they've ever done, merging the whole motif of South Park with Game of Thrones. Well, now they're back again with their highly anticipated follow-up with South Park, Fractured But Whole, and instead of Game of Thrones, this time they're playing off the whole superhero genre. The movie/game starts off with Eric Cartman and his character, the Coon, patrolling the streets at night, and there's been a new crime wave recently. With one of the big crimes, a cat has gone missing. As a matter of fact, several cats have gone missing, but this particular cat offers a $100 reward. The reason this $100 reward is important is because in South Park, the superheroes have broken into two separate groups, kind of a Civil War play, hence the title Fractured But Whole. You of course got Coon and Friends, led by the Coon, and you've got the Freedom Pals, led by the hilarious Professor Timmy, which is just, of course, Timmy playing a Professor Charles Xavier kind of role who can speak telepathically to everybody around him, and it's gold. Anyway, both superhero groups want that $100 reward. Why? Because each of them, their real purpose is to get their own superhero universe entertainment brand going. Once again, the movie's lead character, or the game's lead character, whichever way you want to look at it, is the new kid, the character that actually doesn't speak at all, but has a very secretive past that comes into a little bit of a subplot in this movie down the line. The story takes several twists and turns following different paths at different times, including a few subplots, one of which, of course, is New Kid's mysterious origin story. And it takes you along the lines of, first of all, you're trying to find this cat, which leads you to discovering there's a big major crime wave going on, which leads to a little bit of a mystery involving the police that is absolutely hilarious. I won't say anything more than that. And ultimately, who is the big villain behind it all? But look, the true gold of South Park, Fractured But Whole, like all the rest of South Park, doesn't lie in the narrative and it doesn't lie in the story of this particular cutscene movie. What it lies in is the humor. They really just use the context of all their different scenarios, in this case, the superhero subgenre, as long as with every other little story angle they have going on. That is all just set up for the humor that they use. And as such, with the main thing they have to be able to execute and carry out here is the humor. Can it make you laugh? And I was laughing my guts out this entire thing. Now, granted, I will say I probably didn't laugh quite as much as I did with Stick of Truth, their first game. That one was just kind of off the scale. But this one is a worthy follow-up and incredibly funny. And the humor really all starts with the characters. First of all, I already kind of mentioned Professor Timmy, which was great. And then you've got Fast Pass, played by Jimmy. And of course, that is the perfect superhero motif. Fast Pass is, of course, a Flash-like character. The fact that he is so quick and he can get from one end of the city to the other just like that adds to the humor, considering it takes him forever just to get a few sentences out of his mouth. Mysterion, Toolshed, Human Kite, Tupperware, Captain Diabetes, on and on. Every single one of these heroes has moments to shine within the little mini movie that is just so fun and so funny. I found myself actually having to pause the movie several times watching it just to stop from laughing so hard so I can pay attention to what comes next. But even outside of the main hero characters, a lot of the other characters that inhabit the city are great as well, whether it's the police captain, who is just so funny and wrong and shocking, and of course, as South Park often will, they push the envelope with them, to one of the strippers in town who becomes like Coon and Friends' informant, and it's just so, you're shocked at the stuff they're having these people say and do, but you're laughing at the same time. But one of the smartest things about South Park Fractured But Whole, as a play on the superhero genre, it would be remiss if it didn't take a lot of shots at the existing superhero franchises. They take a lot of shots at DC's expense, I can tell you that right now, but they also take some shots at Marvel's expense, and they just take shots as well to the whole absurdity of the overall thing. Now, there are a few different versions of South Park Fractured But Whole cutscene movie on YouTube, going anywhere from about 2 hours and 20 minutes all the way up to about 5 or 6 hours. I checked out a 4+ hour one and the 2 hour and 20 minute one. That's the shortest one. And while there's a few extra things, obviously a couple hours of extra things in the 4 hour one, I found I was following the story perfectly fine without missing very much in the 2 hour and 20 minute one. However, if you want a little bit of a smoother flow, because it is a little jarring from here and there as they move from one scene to the next in the 2 hour and 20 minute one, if you want one that's a little bit more smooth, maybe go with the 4+ hour one if you've got a couple of days to watch it. And if you like the story and you find it fun and funny, believe me, it's even better with the gameplay. You might want to go out and check out the game as well. Anyway, guys, that will do it for me for my little review of South Park Fractured Butthole. The question is, have you had a chance to play the game or watch these little cutscene movies? If so, what did you think about them? Do your opinions line up with mine? Do you differ from me on some things? Let me know about them in the comments section below. Well, by the way, guys, if you like these little reviews I do of these cutscene movies, let me know what other cutscene movies you'd like me to check out and review. I'll be doing more of them in the future. That'll do it for me, guys. Thanks so much for joining me. My name's Campea, and until my next video, bye-bye.